Hey boo, I'm Denai Hopkins, and this is Financially Abundant, the podcast for women who are done playing it small. This is your go-to space for all things money, mindset, business, and becoming the best version of yourself. We're talking about wealth building and entrepreneurship, career growth, and real stories from real women who are making moves and thinking big. Every week, we'll dive into what it means to getting out of your own way, showing up for yourself, and building a life that's rich in every sense of the word. Because the life you want ain't out of reach, boo. It just starts with believing that you can have it. So let's get into it.
It keeps bringing me joy. Each new blessing I receive. It keeps bringing me joy. Blessings falling down on me. Blessings falling down on me. Blessings falling down on me. Blessings falling down on me.
Hey, boo. Yeah, I know it's been a minute. And we gonna get into that. But before we get into that, hey boo and hey new boo. If you're new here, welcome to Financially Abundant, also known as Fabulous or Fab. And if you're returning, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to listen to my podcast. I'm always super grateful because out of all the podcasts in the world, you listening to mine. And it just means so much to me. So I'm so grateful. But hey, family. Yes, I know that it has been a minute. And truthfully, I wasn't planning on taking a break. I just didn't have it in me to talk. All of May and all of June, and we'll get into that, I was just in a slump. I was just sad. I had a realization that I was turning 29 this month. Also, pause, I can't believe it's July. That's crazy. Oh boy, just got inaugurated. I ain't on a day of peace since November. It's been so every day with that man in the office. I look up and I'm like, damn, it's July 1st. This is crazy. But as you know, July is the best month of the year. And it is perfect for that mid-year reset. Thank you, God, for the second half of the year. Thank God we could put that first half of the year behind us because, girl, that shit was ghetto. Excuse my language, Mom. Now we're focused on the second half of the year. And what God couldn't do in that first half of the year, He sure gonna do it in the second half of the year. And I believe God. But anyway, back to what I was saying. I just had a realization that I was turning 29. And I was just sad, like I said, not like a dramatic sad, but just like that slow, quiet sadness that follows you around for a while. Like, just damn, like I thought I'd be further than this. And I just didn't want to hop on here and pretend that everything was okay. Like, I had to work through a lot on the back end. Your new self is going to cost your old self. And I had to kill old Denai as I'm becoming and growing and learning, and no longer want to be a person that doesn't not only practice what they preach, but also struggling with consistency and discipline, because those two things are going to cost you. And I was realizing that I was literally being the own victim, the own villain in my own story, in my own testimony. And I had to did that. And I couldn't do that in public. I had to do that in private. And just as I'm growing, not only the show, but growing as an individual, integrity means a lot to me. I don't ever want someone to be like, especially if you know me in real life, you said you're doing this on your show, but you doing this. Like, of course, are we human and we gonna have mistakes? Yeah, but like, I just don't ever want to be that person that the walk don't match the talk. Like, especially in this space when it comes to finances. Like, I can't be like, don't spend no money, and I don't have no self-control. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, it's gonna be times and moments and seasons where you are in your bag with it, and then the seasons where you fall off. Like I've had to understand that too. It's gonna be seasons where you up, and it's gonna be seasons where money is funny. And that is when it's really gonna be put to the test and stuff like that. So I just really had a lot to work on in the back end. I just couldn't do that in the public. Some things are literally meant I have to call a lady. If you don't know what the lady is the therapist. Girl, I had to call alady.com, sit on that lady couch. I had to talk to her, and I had to journal, and I had to talk to God. I had a lot going on. But I'm back, and I am so excited for the second half of the year. Because I just feel good. I feel good. I look good. If you're watching this on YouTube, yes. Look at the skin. We in a new place. We're still working on getting the furniture together and everything, but I made me a little setup in the background. We gonna use what we have, and God is good. But before we get all into that, I don't know if I talked about this on the anniversary episode, but I did hit my $1,500 savings goal. Hold on, wait, let me add the hand clap. Hold on, let me add the hand clap. Let me add it real fast. I hit my $1,500 savings goal. Did that. My goal was to save $1,500 in 60 days. So from April 1st to June 1st. And I did all of that by saving $15 at a time over time. I did that by saving $15 at a time 100 times over. I hit my $1,500 savings goal, so God is good. So without further ado, let's get into today's episode of Girl, Get Back Up. This episode, Girl, Get Back Up, is about what it looks like to find your footing after disappointments and delayed dreams. But before that, I got a little song for you. Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. Girl, get up. Girl, get up. Get back up. Get back up. Get back up. Get back up. Even in the season of disappointment and delays, God is still good. Hey, get back up. Get back up. Tell me you grew up in a Pentecostal church without telling me you grew up in a Pentecostal church. We make a beat out of everything. Girl, get back up. 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 I play too much. But girl, get back up. Girl, get back up is a reminder that even in a season of disappointment and delays and doubts, God is still good and that you keep moving towards the life that you want and you deserve. So get back up. I'm offbeat as heck. Oh my God. God knew not to give me no sense. I ain't got no sense of rhythm. I can't dance. I can't barely keep a 1-2 clap in the church. He knew not to give me no rhythm because, baby, and y'all know I'm shaped like a Coke bottle. I would have been in Drake's music video. He would have been making songs about me. I had some. But I'm diverting. I get nervous when I talk about real stuff. And I haven't recorded in a long time, so I'm also very nervous. But all jokes aside, let's get into this. So where have I been? Let's just address the elephant in the room. So as I'm recording this, I'm recording this the Saturday before that is supposed to air. I am still looking for a job. If you are new here, I got laid off back in December of 2024, and I'm currently still looking for a role. And I've had so many disappointments in these last 7 months. Making it to finals, not closing it, recruiters ghosting me, all this other stuff. It's just been a really difficult season for me. So yeah. And I still got that. So no, the numbers haven't moved much. I'm still about $20,000 away from being consumer debt free. And then we still got way over $100,000 on student loans. So yeah. And turning 29 this month, just had me doing that thing where you measure your life and you feel like you're coming up short, or you feel like you thought you would be further than where you thought. I've just felt like a loser, to be all honest with you guys. I just felt like a loser. I did not like it. I don't like this season in my life. I really don't, to be honest. And this is just not where I imagine I will be. And that is a hard pill to swallow. When you feel like you've been faithful and hopeful and doing all of the right things, and you're still in the same place. Now, granted forbid, I do take a lot of responsibility for things that were in my control, right? Like, so when I had a job, I should have been more serious. But I gotta forgive myself and give myself grace. I was young, hot, and turned. I just started making money, like clearing 6 figures, every year. And I had to go through that when I did, because I don't want that in my 30s, my 40s, and 50s. 70s, 80s, 90s, 100. I'm a vampire. I'm living for the rest of my days. Period. But all jokes aside, I had to forgive that, because it's okay. I'm glad that happened. But I also had to realize that luxury and responsibility can coexist at the same time. That is a quote from this creator. Her name is Destiny. She's a black girl too. Hey, sis. She had made a video, and I had came across it like a couple weeks ago, and she was talking about that luxury and responsibility can coexist at the same time. And she literally like took the words out of my mouth. I didn't know how to formulate that. But it can coexist, and I didn't know that back then. But now that I know that now, as someone that is turning, 29 and have experienced life to the like baby, God been good my whole life. But it can coexist, and I had to learn that, like, delayed gratification and all of these things, like, stop being super impulsive and emotional. Like, just because I'm sad in this moment don't mean I need to go and spend money that I know I don't have, or go and eat and binge eat because I just need to do whatever that feels better in that moment. So like I said, that was a hard pill to swallow, and this season has just been hard. And y'all know some of what I've been going through, because I've mentioned it on the show and stuff like that. But it's just been hard, and this wilderness season has just been really, really hard. And like I said, being laid off 2 times in 2.5 years, and just continually watch my goals just get pushed back again and again and again, it's just been hard. I kept telling myself, you're strong. You got this. But this wave, it took me under, and I allowed it to. It was just a lot. I didn't feel strong. I felt tired. It was some days where I didn't even get out of the bed. All I did was just apply to jobs and roll back over. And for a minute, I started to believe that maybe this goal, this dream of being debt-free, financially free, it just wasn't gonna happen for me. It was this faraway goal that I was just delusional about and dreaming about, that it's not gonna happen. And I'm gonna be like this for the rest of my life. But one thing about life, it will test your faith for real. One thing about breaking generational curses and being the first in your family to be debt-free, to show people that this thing is possible, to be the first in your family that, want to break the paycheck to paycheck cycle, to grow the net worth, to be a multimillionaire, and all of these things, you're going to have to go through a season of warfare. It will test your faith. But the good thing about life and another day is that no experience is ever wasted. I had to sit with all of that, the anger, the doubt, the silence. And then I had to ask myself, what is God trying to build me that I'm rushing to avoid? Because I don't just want to just be debt free or be a multimillionaire, all this other stuff. Because yes, I want to be debt free. I want to be a multimillionaire. I want to pay off my parents' mortgage. Hell, I even want to clear some of y'all debts. Like, that is my prayer. Like, God, I can't wait to be able to be in a position to clear women's debts, pay off their debts, to give them that boost to go forward and grow their net worth and build a net worth and all of those stuff. but I want the character that comes with it as well, because I don't want to fumble that. And I'm just excited. So what have I learned during this season? I don't have all of the answers. I don't want all of the answers. I'm not a perfect person. But I wrote down a couple things that hit me while I was trying to crawl out of this funk. I was in a funk all of May and June, and I just refused for the second half of my year to allow the funk to get the best of me. So what have I learned to get out of this funk? And not only is this to help me get out of a funk, but it's also to help you all get out of a funk, because I know that there are seasons, and I never know who's listening to the show. So I know that there are women who are feeling that same thing, like feeling like this thing is heavy. A lot of us as women want to get our finances together, but it feels like every time we take a step, we get knocked back. But one thing I want to tell you that I've learned, sister, we've made it too far to go back. It will take us too long to turn around and go back that way than to keep pressing forward. The reason why we're experiencing so much warfare is because the enemy don't want us to accomplish this thing. He wants us, especially black and brown women, to stay in this hellhole. This hellhole of robbing Peter to pay Paul. That ain't living. We serve the God of gods and our Father. Why would our Father want us to be poor? Why would our Father want us to be in this poverty mindset? Why would our Father want us to overcome this? Like, it's so hard because we don't see women like us in this space accomplishing this stuff. So we go keep pushing forward and pressing forward, and I'm not gonna let my mama ain't raised no bitch. I ain't no punk. We go get back up. So get back up. Get back up. Anyway, what have I learned in this space? What have I learned in this season? Disappointment, number one. Disappointment creates distance from God. Not just from God, but also from yourself, your purpose, and your power. The enemy doesn't have to take you out. All he has to do is get you disconnected. You stop showing up, you stop praying, you stop believing, you stop having faith, you stop having hope, and the next thing you know, you drifting. Don't allow a season of disappointment and delays create distance from your end goal. You got this. Get back up. Number two, discipline matters more than motivation. Let me repeat that because I don't think that came out clearly. Discipline matters more than motivation. Number two, discipline matters more than motivation. Motivation is cute, but that don't get you out of debt, and that don't get you to growing your net worth. Discipline does. And lack of discipline is not only ugly, but it costs you as well. And I had to learn that. I had to get real about the fact that I wanted a breakthrough without boundaries. But real abundance requires real structures. I wanted to not only get out of debt, but also not have any boundaries set up as well. Like where, for example, y'all know I've got a nutritionist because I want to heal my relationship with food. I want to heal my relationship with binge eating. I want to heal my relationship with how I think about food. The only thing that I was disciplined and committed to was making sure that I ate. And by any means. And I don't like that I kept starting and restarting my fitness and health and wellness journey. That's why I put that weight back on. I don't think I told y'all this, but y'all know last year I lost over 30 pounds. And I put that back on because I just allowed, however I felt in that moment, I just wanted to feel better in that moment. And that is something that I'm constantly working on. I'm not perfect. I'm imperfect. And that's why I be like, sometimes I'm like, God, you want me to do this? And you be like, yeah, you're the perfect candidate because you be having real stuff. I'm an imperfect person just making progress, right? This journey ain't easy. And it's going to be some days are better than others. But anyway, like I said, I just felt like, and this is one of the things I talked about with the lady, I felt like I was always starting and restarting. Every Monday, I felt like I was constantly restarting. Whether that's this the week that I'm finally gonna stop playing around and get my money together, or this is the week that I'm finally gonna take my health and wellness serious. All the enemy had to do was blow in my direction. I'm back to old habits. Lack of discipline is ugly and it will cost you. We have to have boundaries. We have to create those boundaries. 1 second. Tyrone Thurman Briggs, give me 20 minutes. Thank you. Last lesson that I've learned in this season. Your actions have to match your confession. Number 3, your actions have to match your confessions. You can't say, I want to be debt free while still swiping that card for stuff that numbs your pain. You can't say, I trust God, but never create space for him. You can't say, I'm ready for more while living while you're still stuck. I had to check myself, and maybe you do too. These are the tough conversations that I had to have with myself because I turned 29 this month. So are you really gonna still do the same thing and have the same results that you had? I don't count the years before 25. It don't matter. We was kids. But starting at 25 into now, I had to check myself because do you really want this thing? Not only this, but like, do you really want to become the best version of yourself? Like, some days I just see 35-year-old and now I'm like, I can't wait to get there. But lack of discipline and not having your actions match your confession and all of these things, 35-year-old and I will not exist. This time next year, I don't want to be talking about the same stuff. That's why I took a break. Because I felt like I was talking about make sure you got discipline, make sure you consistent, all this other stuff. Rah, rah, rah. And I wasn't practicing what I'm preaching. And I'm just, as I'm turning over a new leaf, as I am growing and I'm learning, and my birthday is this month, and thank you God for another year of life, I am ready for that next. But I know that my new self is going to cost my old self. And I am ready to finally step into that. I wasn't before, but I am now. So if you feel like that you're losing, that life keeps knocking you down, I just want to say this, girl, get back up. Not because everything's better now, but because you deserve to see what happens when you don't quit this time. Don't quit. We got this. You don't have to have all the answers. You just need a little faith to get moving again. And we are moving again. The life you want still exists, sister, even if you're not there yet. You're not behind, you're becoming. Be in this moment and get back up again. All right, family, as we conclude today's episode, I just want to say thank y'all so much for tuning in. And I am so excited to be back. And most importantly, girl, get back up. So I love you guys. And if you enjoyed today's episode, please, 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 please make sure that you like this, especially on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify. And please leave a comment as well. Comments help grow the show and grow the audience and get people excited to get their money together, their career together, to get out their own way, to do the damn thing. Hey. Make sure you like, share, comment. Make sure you subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And make sure you follow me on my socials because second half of the year, we're kicking into gear. I'm not going to talk much. Y'all just go start seeing it. And I want to encourage you as I encourage myself. Remember, it's not the destination that inspires others. It's the journey. So inspire yourself to become the best version of yourself. And let's do this thing called life. Happy July 1st. Most importantly, happy birthday month to me. Hey, I love y'all. Happy Tuesday. And don't forget to transfer over that money. Period. See y'all next week. Same time and place. Bye.
It keeps bringing me joy. Each new blessing I receive. It keeps bringing me joy. Blessings falling down on me. Blessings falling down on me. Blessings falling down on me. Keeps bringing me joy. Each new blessing I receive. It keeps bringing me joy. Blessings falling down on me.